Bom dia, galera. We've never done a vlog on this channel. We're doing a vlog today. It's a very special day. So good morning. I hope that you're having a good one at the time of watching. I'm going to a jiu-jitsu seminar. I'm going to a seminar. My sensei is in town. Really exciting stuff. The last time he was here, we all had a great time. Learned a lot, not only on the mats, but about life. So I just wanted to take the time to share this experience with everybody. And I hope that you have as much fun as I had and as much as I'm going to have in the flesh. So if this is your kind of jam, just stick along for the ride and enjoy. This is Central Control. I started my day by doing whatever the hell this is, and obviously getting ready, packing my bag, and putting my gi on. After putting on my choke lab hoodie, it was time to leave and hop on my longboard. I'm in my choke lab hoodie, very exciting stuff. Had an internal battle on whether I should call a lift or skate, but I'm trying to save money because motherfuckers is broke. And so we will be skating. We'll get some cool footage of that. And then we'll be there on time, probably with about 5 minutes left to spare. Super, super excited. Like, you guys have no fucking idea how excited I am. But yeah, okay, we're skating, we're going. As I made my way over, a car in the middle of the street stopped in front of me, and while I got off my board with a frustrated sigh, walking past the car and looking inside, I saw some other jiu-jitsu goers from my dad's academy stopping for me to hop in. So I know the routes that is like uphill and downhill. If you were to take all the way down, yeah, it's a little bit uphill, but then there's a big hill that you get to go down. So it just depends on what streets you're taking. Yeah. For a landmark. Very true, very true. So I got in and we talked about longboarding for a little bit. There's this joke that I use pretty frequently. I always say I'm uneducated in a lot of ways. I've always been really bad at math. Give me an equation, I'll probably fling myself off of a bridge. But if you were to ask me the incline and decline of every single hill, road, and street in my town, I'd be able to break it down to you, having accumulated this sheer useless knowledge over 10 years of skating on my longboard. After some more conversation about skating, we eventually made our way to the academy, and I walked into a sight for sore eyes, Professor Mario's new baby. My sisters proceeded to tell me that the reason her paw was red was because she was eating acai earlier. With some puppy loving out of the way, we hopped into our gis and waited while more people arrived. Is there anything you'd like to say to the camera?
Nah, I mean, not really. Nothing in particular. Didn't write anything down. Sorry.
Okay. For some background information, the last time Professor Mario visited was sometime around December. It was the first time I had seen him since I was a little girl. As a matter of fact, upon originally looking at him, I knew he looked familiar, but I couldn't tell from where. After all the chaos, and when I finally got to sit down and speak with my dad, all the memories came flooding back about who this guy was and how we used to hang out with his daughters and go down the shore when we were younger. I also found out when I was in college, Professor Mario was extremely sick and battling cancer. He could barely walk around his house and apparently didn't have much time left. But by the grace of God and on a whim, they were able to find a transplant for the organ that was directly affected by the cancer. The transplant took well to his body, and whatever other surgeries that were needed to remove the cancer that was remaining was successful, leaving him with some pretty gnarly scars. I thought I got footage of them, but unfortunately I forgot to press record at the time. When hearing the story originally, back at the first seminar, I was overcome with emotion. When he was sick, I wasn't able to visit him with my family for a multitude of reasons. I wouldn't have even known that he passed away until it actually happened. But him standing right now in a room full of people teaching us jiu-jitsu and even sparring afterwards could only be described as a blessing. And in the words of everybody who tells his story, Professor Mario is a walking miracle. I felt a little bad for not recognizing Professor Mario originally, but he didn't recognize me either, considering my vastly different appearance nowadays to the one I had when I was a little girl. So it was nice that I wasn't the only one who had the facepalm, "Oh, that was you" moment. But fast forward back to today. Although Mario healed from his near-death situation, he comes today excited to train with us after a string of bad luck. His 14-year-old dog, Breeze, passing away, to which we had the pleasure of hanging out with before he passed at the last seminar, and Mario becoming extremely sick following the passing of his dog. How's everything with you?
I had a pneumonia first. I'm working as a cashier. I see like 200 people a day.
Yeah.
It's a part-time job, but I got pneumonia first. The doctor said maybe from the older dog.
Okay.
Because he
was sick, right?
was sick. Then I went up to the hospital at 4 a.m. I woke up, I couldn't breathe. It was scary as hell.
Yeah.
I thought I was having a heart attack or something.
No.
Past that, had a COVID. I was so scared to have a COVID 1 week. It really
Not
terrible.
good.
That
Not a
shit.
good week.
That was right after I lost the race. But you see, God working in the mysterious way. Here I am, back again.
Better. You're
Better.
here.
Fala galera.
Fala, galera.
What's going on? I feel great. You know, old and tired, but besides that, I feel great.
Right.
Broken.
Crusty.
Crusty, dusty, musty.
What is this wall?
Okay. Fala galera.
Thousands of centuries debate. Are British people real? But with that small introduction out of the way, and after some more students came through the doors, it was time for the seminar to begin. We were surprised with the promotion, as one of Mario's brown belts was given his black, which is always nice to see. Then we all gathered to take our group picture and go right into the lesson. We would be learning about stacking and passing, something my dad said he'd been wanting a seminar for, while also saying that he couldn't see anybody other than Mario instructing it. And of course, I won't be sharing all of Mario's secrets with you guys, so enjoy the epic montage in the meantime. We started the seminar with a takedown, and personally, as someone who trains jiu-jitsu, takedowns are my favorite. Me and my little brother Jaden got to flip each other around for a bit, as did the rest of the students, and then Professor Mario corrected and helped out like any good sensei would.
I think he's the one that the guy grabbed, but I think he's dangerous. I like that. I like your encouragement. Yeah, because it takes you out of surprise.
Get back to work. Yeah. We out here at the Choke Lab Academy for 2 days.
Chocolate.
It's interesting, right? Because I have my student Caesar just showed up. Caesar, he was training with me like right around the time when I stopped training with Mario. So a lot of the techniques that he's showing, like I taught Caesar that. Obviously it's a little different, a little refined. I want to ask him why he leaves his arm in there. I'm sure he has a treasure trove of reasons why. But anyway, it's so interesting to see that little footwork that he did when he got up in the guard. The foot
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You know who does that, right? Caesar does that.
Really?
Because I taught him that when he was a white belt, and he's been doing that for years.
Forever.
So whenever you try to put Caesar in the close guard, you're gonna find out that it is a very difficult.
It's like impossible.
Very interesting.
Very exciting. Can we get a faixa preta, porra?
Caralho, você acredita, pô?
Like, what are you saying? What are you saying?
How you doing? How you doing?
Yes!
Oh, great.
That's white belt choke. Nice. Volta. Second one. It gets really hard to open the guard, so I'm gonna play dirty. Yeah, they playing dirty to me. Now open. Okay. Ó. Ó.
Crazy.
Os.
Loose.
Sai pra lá. 1, 2, 1, 2. Walk your hands. Ah, you let go the foot.
I choose this side foot, right? I choose the other side, right?
Just
So tight.
We'd have these really funny moments where my dad and Mario together would be correcting one person. My dad would say something like, and then you grab the left foot. Mario would say, no, professor, that isn't right. And my dad would say, yes, professor, it is. Mario would realize he did get it wrong or whatever. It was just funny to see these two old men get on each other about a move, like something out of a TV show. Anyways, at some point, I wanted to hear the story about how my dad and Mario met. I actually heard it for the first time pretty recently, but I wanted to get it on camera.
Professor, liga rapidinho. Do you remember when we met?
that was inside the Stella restaurant. I was eating it like every day there, and I met this guy like kind of attracted my attention.
Your eye caught your
the
eye.
way he postures and walks, and then he said, "Hey, you so Gracie."
He had the pants on. He had the
Yeah, the
gi pants.
jiu-jitsu fans, yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, right, Professor?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm teaching." He said, "Oh, I mean."
He said to me, "What do you know about Gracie Jiu-Jitsu?" I said, "I don't know too much, but I know Hickson's the best." And he was like, "You're right about that."
Yeah,
And then later, I introduced him to Horley, my lifetime instructor.
yes.
And Horley, when he met him, he said, "Man, this guy is serious.
Yeah.
He's a future.
Serious about
Don't let
it.
him go. He's a really good guy."
I remember that we were in the room with a lot of people, and I was like this behind Mario. He was like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna get started. I need someone to help me out." And he looks around, and I'm all the way in the back by
That
Mario
was
like
him.
this, hiding. And he goes,
Hey,
"Hey!" I was so nervous.
Yeah.
But you know,
He
because
knew.
I would do Yuki with him. I
Yeah.
did Yuki perfect. That was
Wow.
an awesome
as a
experience.
blue belt, this guy already was
Maniac.
outstanding. It's on your blog, sweetheart.
I always find it strange or scary when people say that I've got that gene at being good at jiu-jitsu in my blood. It's daunting because I don't feel that. As a blue belt, I feel just as lost and confused as I did when I was a white belt, while my dad always seemed like some sort of prodigy, putting his entire life into jiu-jitsu to get him where he is today. The other day, I spoke to a fellow student about something I noticed. I get frustrated when learning a move that I don't get right off the bat. In a lot of ways, I almost shut down. I feel completely helpless and like I'm no good. Maybe part of that comes from the fact that I feel like I have huge shoes to fill, or like I have to be really good considering who my dad is. Reflecting on my anger and frustration that I tend to feel though, I thought to myself how bland life would be if I was just good at everything that I picked up. How pointless passions and hobbies would be if we didn't have to work hard to get better at them. It's a mindset I'm trying to carry moving forward while on my jiu-jitsu journey. After all, that's what jiu-jitsu is all about. Pushing thresholds, getting out of your comfort zone, and bettering yourself. And when it comes to my dad, he's fanatical about the sport. A walking encyclopedia of move sequences, jujitsokas, and fights ranging back to Helio Gracie and the inception of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu itself. This fanatical trait, while intense at times, is the reason he's been able to build a business, worldwide brand, and prolific name for himself as an athlete in the world of Jiu-Jitsu. And for that, I'm proud of him beyond words. The good news is that I did get that autistic fixation gene from my dad. The bad news is that I fixate on shit like comic books and video games, as those familiar with this channel may already know. And even though I don't eat, sleep, and breathe jiu-jitsu, it still plays a huge role in my life, instilling values like self-discipline, investment in my health, and community, things that I've struggled with in the past and even till this day. At the start of this journey with jiu-jitsu, there were two main reasons why I began training after my 13-year hiatus in the first place. One was because of my depression, something doctors always told me physical exercise would help alleviate. And the second reason was me starting on my hormone therapy. I knew it would be a bumpy and wild ride, and that I would have increased energy that I needed to release somewhere in a positive and conducive manner. So given the opportunity, or asked what I thought about training again, I naturally hopped right on it, leading us to where we are today. But that's enough about that. I unfortunately missed the final speech to which Mario told us to have fun with this and make use of what he taught us today. Then it was time to spar, but first some pictures with Sensei Mario, wrapping it up with a nice family picture. The only sibling missing being my big sister, but she would meet up with us for arguably the best part of days like these, breaking bread with the ones you love. Growing up with a fanatical jiu-jitsu dad, there was nothing more fun than going to a seminar or tournament of the sort, running around like a knucklehead with your siblings, only to leave absolutely starving, but going straight to the nearest Friendlies or Brazilian restaurant in town. It always hit the spot and holds a special place in my heart of some of the best memories of my life. Before eating though, I got to watch the two old men spar together, which was fun and lighthearted.
Nice try.
Nice try. Nice try is crazy. Similarly to the last seminar, watching Professor Mario able to spar with his students is reminiscent to a miracle, consider his battle and triumph against cancer. Fire, bro, get mogged.
It's go time. I'm fucked up.
Alright, bro. What you licking, bro?
Guys, she needs some water.
Okay. I think she knows how to edge. Get mauled.
I can't.
Get mauled, brother.
Right now, I'm getting mauled.
You know Hard Rock Nick?
One of the richest men in the world, worth 10 million.
He's like this. I love him.
I do love him.
Like, unironically,
Extremely ironically. Oh, it's the Naruto
it's
bag.
the Naruto bag, dude. He got the
Gara.
peanut.
That peanut.
He got the sand peanut.
So sharp.
Yeah.
I love when she's running and walking.
Uh-huh.
Her ears flapping.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Things because
It all comes to an end.
always come to it. Everything. Even life. Yeah.
So it's
Precious as it is.
it almost like, it's sad, but it almost kind of prepares you in a
Yes.
way
That's
for
how
the
he
bigger
does.
things, right?
That's how you do.
You smell good.
Want to chat about floating the telecom see me, boy, you're not much about my Houdini. You don't know how I flow so freely, popping out whirly, oh, so cheesy.
Get mogged. Okay, how are we gonna jump her? Oh.
So, but this one is cool. This one is good. That big job.
Once sparring was over, we were given some time to engage in the ancient art of monkeying around. One way or another, the youngest of the mat rats gather and flourish in their natural habitat, playing games, flaming each other, and bugging out, all in the vein of waiting for your dad to get off the mat and finally feed you once more. Dad's calling us.
Paddle out and jump the waves. Stand up.
That's hard.
Super
Yes,
cool.
but the more you do it, it's good. Salt water, I love salt.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, in Brazil, surfing is a big thing, right?
Brazil, matter of fact, and now is the first in the world. The Brazilians
For
that
surfing?
I mean, they're the top ones first, second.
Cool.
And you know they're gonna have an Olympic surfing competition in Paris
Really?
this year.
I didn't know that.
And yeah,
Do you remember that game Left 4 Dead? It was
there's a smoker in here.
yeah. There's this one level where there's a guy in a safe house, but he's like, he refuses to let you in because he thinks that you're infected. So if you wait by the door, you can hear him going, better safe than sorry, better safe than sorry. And he starts to transform in the middle of it and you hear him. You open the door and it's a zombie.
I
Yeah.
forget, that movie was sick.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably like mad outdated now.
No.
They discontinued it.
Yeah, they made a first one, a second one, and that company, Valve, they're prolific for making 2 and never making the 3rd.
That's what I was smelling. I thought it was my own feet. No, it's Jaden's shoes. Ugh.
All right, why are you smelling my shoes?
Damn, I'm gonna be honest, that does smell crazy.
Because, like, your sister.
It's time for
Well,
those to
it's
kick
from
the
the
bucket,
one time
brother.
that I got caught in like a
Yeah, it
tropical
smells like
rainstorm.
it. It smells like a candle downstairs.
You know?
That's where he's got that from.
Yeah. Then I was
Yeah,
like, you
dude,
know,
not
I
dad.
finally got to know her, and she was like, "Oh, I do push-ups, I do squats." I was like,
Bro, this guy's got some crazy trouble.
Look at my
I will
nose
allow
and my
nothing.
lips.
That's
No,
'cause of
you
her?
will.
Yeah.
I know, I
Lots of
saw
hunger.
And then she's there,
That's it.
and
Oh,
I
girl,
blow
this
on
one,
her. She jumps like
Neanderthal.
a
That's
frog
it.
on my
Bigger
face.
head and
and
bigger
bite.
ego.
She's such a cutie.
I like that. She already knows. She already knows. Training.
Training.
Hi, baby.
No, look, she ready.
Yeah, she's ready to fight.
She's ready to play. Hey, don't poop on my carpet.
No.
You're gay!
This is my car. 2001 Toyota MR2 Spider. It's in decent condition, you know. 45,000 miles. Not too bad. You see, it's a manual transmission. Who else do you know drives a stick shift? Nobody, except me. Yeah, that's it, man.
You're a fucking idiot. In a conversation that can only be deemed literally outrageous, me and Jaden speak for a little bit about gender-neutral bathrooms and the helpfulness that they bring, which maybe, if anybody's interested, I can post in a completely separate video as its own entity that ranges for about like a minute, but if you're interested in that, let me know. But with that out of the way, it was time to meet up with my big sister and finally grab a bite to eat with the entire family. And Professor Mario and his baby, of course.
She needs a special.
She needs her dad, yeah.
Otherwise, she'll go crazy.
Go crazy.
Yeah, my baby.
When we're done, we'll go with you so you can
Yeah,
pick
I
whatever
want to
wanna
show
pick.
you also, Professor.
Yeah, you can show me,
The
yeah.
coconut
Yeah, you can show me.
and the kupuasu, Professor.
Yeah.
No, guys, not lotion. It's eatable fruit, delicious.
Okay.
Really good.
You know, your dad really takes good care of himself.
Yeah,
He does,
I like his attitude about life and
for
he's got a
sure.
good, great dad.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Miss Elizabeth. She be like, look at me, look at me. I be talking to her, I look at her, she be like, look at me. I'm like, looking at you. She be like, look at me, look at me. I'm like,
Scared.
right, Ali?
Pull it off a little bit.
I haven't watched it yet. Can you go?
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's okay, baby. Hold on. All right, ready? I'm gonna pass her off. All right, here. This is where her feet is.
Man, today was pretty awesome. Everything worked out, man. You know, a lot of planning, coordinating. Obviously, nothing could be perfect, but we tried. And I'm just really happy to be able to have everybody that I care and love about at one spot at one time. Even if it's for a small amount of time, it's a huge blessing. So I'm really grateful for that. Like I was like reliving the whole thing, like remembering the lesson exactly the way he taught it, the variations, the pitch of his voice, the things that he said. I was like, bro, this is a mental trip, bro. I was kind of like frowning because I was concentrating, but then smiling because I was like,
It brought you
man,
back.
it was so crazy. And then when he did certain things, in my mind, I saw like Caesar, Eric, Isaac, because I took those lessons, right?
Yeah.
And then I showed them, and certain aspects of those lessons, they
have, yeah.
When he did that thing with the foot and got up, I was like, bro, Caesar.
Yeah. It's like generational. It's like passing it
Bro,
on.
this was a trip, bro, a trip. And then it was, you know, it was interesting. Like when I went to go do Yuki with him, what I did was like I went to go kind of fix some things, right?
Yeah.
Things that I'm like, hey, tuck your elbow. explain why you gotta tuck the elbow.
Yeah, yeah.
These little details that back then you used to be able to get with that. Like 40 years ago, you'd be able to get away with leaving the hand like that and opening.
But now with how things have evolved, it's not the same.
There he is.
There he
He went
is.
shopping.
E o cupuaçu, para você provar, para você experimentar.
Como?
Bate no liquidificador com, pode ser com água,
Com água.
açúcar e prova. Ou então você mistura água de coco,
Não.
mas aí põe mel ou açúcar, você que sabe. É bem sour.
How did you feel about today's session?
I felt so special. It was so great to be coming to my brother's home and see the family. It means a lot to me. And the new generation killers.
Yeah, yeah.
And Professor he's very special.
Yeah.
So it means a lot to
It
me.
means a lot to us too.
So thank you for having me.
Of course.
And with all that love, I should come back again and
Yeah.
again. Keep coming.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much.
Fun fact. At the time of recording these final scenes, my phone was on 1% battery, and if this isn't a blessing, the fact that I actually was able to get these final pieces of footage before the time of my phone dying, then I don't know what is. But with that, our day was essentially over, and to be transparent, I felt like there was a lot that I wanted to ask Mario, not only about his jiu-jitsu journey, but also about his upbringing in Brazil and the things in life that brought him to where he is today. But the good news is that it's never over, and I'm sure that we'll be seeing him and his new baby Hope again soon.
Você é minha